Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm covering 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, Season 2, Episode 13. I don't know, this episode made me feel like they are coming to a conclusion, and I feel like they're trying to sum up stories. I still think that Tim and Melissa were a waste of time, and same with Jenny and Sumit, but I feel like the drama is starting to come in and they're starting to get the ball rolling. So let's start off with Armando and Kenneth. So this is after the dinner. They decide to go out for some late night tacos, and they go to some kind of like taco stand. I really think that Kenneth needs to educate himself on Mexican culture, Mexican food, Mexican, not Mexican, but Spanish, what's spoken there, because he just seems so like when it comes to the Mexico experience. So he also has to use the washroom there, and he's learning just how they use the toilets, and he's like, I don't know, he's getting so like dramatic for no reason, because I'm just like, what did you expect? I really don't understand what his expectation of Mexico was. Maybe because he's probably only been on a resort, like that's his expectations, but like that's some of Mexico but not all of Mexico. And Armando shows him how to use the toilet, and then they go back to their seats, and they're kind of just like cute play fighting, just very like, oh. And then somebody passes them and says a homophobic comment to them, which I was like, I can understand if he was kissing open mouth and tongue and everything, but like the way they were playing, I wouldn't think that they were together. My immediate thought wouldn't be like they're gay. I would just think like, you know, two guys just having fun. But he says that, and then it kind of changes the mood for everything, because Armando is sad, one of his daughters is angry, the other one's crying, and kind of, I felt like this was a wake-up call for him. This is for him to see that it's not sunshine and roses here, that you have to kind of be careful, you have to watch out, you can't be as carefree, because that's not how things go there. So yes, that's it with them. For Brittany and Yazid, there's more family drama. She tagged Yazid in a photo which his family members saw, went back to his immediate family, calling her a prostitute, and because she's in a bathing suit. And I feel like at that point, like, you know, your son or this member of the family is marrying someone who is of a different culture, who comes from a different place. And maybe in Jordan, you're wearing bikinis is unacceptable, but it's not unacceptable in other places. And I feel like they really don't want them together, so they're just gonna cause a lot of drama between each other. And then you hear that they had a fight the day before, and then Brittany was calling him out his name, saying he's insecure, he's weak, and at that point I'm just like, are you sure you guys want to be together? Because you guys seem like you guys fight more than you get along. And I didn't like Brittany's comment of like, what's a relationship without craziness? Like, it's called being a very healthy one. People shouldn't want that type of energy into the relationship, because it brings out the worst out of you and the other person. So I don't think that they should be together. They claim they love each other. I don't see it. Like, I see like maybe you like that person, but I don't see the love between them. Brittany tries to entice Yazid to come over, but he's not allowed to due to his culture, and he will be allowed to stay with his wife once they get married. In the preview for the next episode, you do see that Brittany has to go off for some reason, but it's probably for her to deal with all of that, all the stuff to do with her marriage and everything like that. So we'll see with them. So the next couple we have is Devin and Jihoon. Not as much drama, so that's good. It's Taeyang's 100-day birthday party, and they are going to invite Jihoon's extended family. They're going to have a party and take part in the Korean traditions. So then one of the traditions is that the mother-in-law and the wife cook together. Devin tried to cook. She wasn't cooking to Jihoon's mother's standard, and she kind of just made fun of her. It was not a big deal. I feel like Jihoon's mother should have just kind of given her a bribe, because especially, one, if she's not used to cooking, and two, if she's not used to cooking that specific way or the way you want her to cook. They need to throw away that translator app, because that translator app was being mad shady and not translating things properly. And I can understand from Devin's point of view, like, how I would look at my mother-in-law if I felt like she just told me that just to stand there and shut up. But that wasn't quite the case, but the translator app did not translate it properly. So they had the party. She met the extended family. She met Grandma. Grandma approved of everything going on. Grandma was fine. She got her gifts, or she got the gifts. I guess they just give money. And it seemed like to be a success. It seems like even her mother was like pretty okay. Drusilla was being Drusilla. The parents were being his parents. So this is like one of the only episodes where it didn't blow up into a whole heap of drama. So next we have Ariella and Binyam. Woo! Woo! Can I talk about like a whole like 360 I'm a new person transformation? So the episode starts off with Ariella's mom is leaving. It's her time has been up. She's gonna go home, but she and her husband are gonna come back for either the birth or after the baby's born. They're gonna be back up there. So she's being a mom and saying, don't worry, don't be sad, everything's gonna be okay. She was happy with the medical facilities they have there. She accepted Binyam, and it was just like, okay, you know. And I can understand from Ariella's perspective. It's her mom. She misses her mom. Her mom is her best friend, and she was kind of getting a bit spoiled. She was accustomed to a certain lifestyle because she had her mom there with her, even though she knew kind of in the back of her mind that this was going to be temporary. This was not going to be a real thing, where she felt very comfortable being with her mother. And even like they didn't even stay in wherever they're supposed to stay. They ended up staying in the hotel, where she's accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And Binyam doesn't look like he's going to be offering not even a fraction of that lifestyle. And she has a baby to think about. So she's pregnant. She's very emotional. And I feel like everything is hitting her, and you're watching everything hit her, because she goes from like mom to crying to like she's a girl that wants her mom. And I understand where she's coming from in that perspective. She also, aside from the pregnancy, which is already a big thing, she has a human growing in her. She has to think about things like a place to stay, income, how is her new way of life gonna be? Because she already didn't know Binyam for that long before she got pregnant, and she was in Ethiopia not to live there, but to visit. So now she has a whole new different perspective, and you can kind of see it taking a toll on her. And so then Binyam is trying his best to make her feel like, you're loved, I'm here for you, I'm so happy you're here to stay, I love you, and blah blah blah. They hadn't seen each other for 4 months. So to me, it wasn't a big deal because, like, I assume you love each other and you guys are in touch with each other every day and things of that nature, where you might miss the person physically, but you still have that connection. But boy, was I wrong. Because she's explaining her feelings and stuff, and then they're at the park and they're sitting down, and she's like making up her face and stuff, and I'm just like, what is wrong with her? And then she begins to tell Binyam she does not feel happy being alone with him. And I was like, oof. I was like, what? And she said that she feels like he doesn't know her. Which I'm like, well, that's no one's problem but you guys. So that you can't blame on anyone else. I feel like for her to say she's not happy being alone with him, like, that would hurt my feelings too. Because I'm like, we say we love each other, we're having a kid together, but you don't even want to be alone with me. I understand she has a lot of things to think about, but this is the time for them to discuss it. They should have discussed this beforehand, but I don't know why they didn't discuss different things, because they're bringing up now different religions and all this other stuff, which I felt like you should have brought up either before you got pregnant or in the beginning of the pregnancy. Like, let's kind of do a rundown of this. I feel like she was living in a fantasy land and the bubble just burst for her, because she thought like, oh, it's cool that like I can visit him and see him. But then now she has to live there. Like, this is your new home. And I feel like for her, it's kind of like she has this big cultural shock. So I don't know what she's gonna do. She wasn't saying great things. And then I saw in the next preview, she's gonna be cussing him about not having a proper toilet, income, how are we gonna make money, and stuff like that. And I feel like, once again, these conversations should have had before the pregnancy or in the beginning of the pregnancy, not when I'm 10 weeks out and I could have this baby sooner rather than later. And then last but not least, we have Tim and Melissa. Really nothing much. Why was Tim wearing those tight ass pants? Those pants look so tight. Like, when the man came to go on the motorcycle, I was like, how's he gonna get his leg over that motorcycle? Because those pants look tight as AF. Anyways, he's decided that he's going to go to a job agency to go and see if he can get a job. So the girl's talking to him, asking him job related questions, and then I don't know what he thought, which a simple Google search or a conversation with Melissa might have answered his question as like, do you think that you just go there and then people just pay you? Like, why was he acting so surprised that like you could need a work permit or a visa or a different way in order to start working there? Like, you don't just go there and then you work. And he seemed so shocked about it, and I was like, for real? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? The recruiter did bring up possibly marrying somebody, because it'll kind of go, everything will go through faster. But we all know that they're not getting married. I feel like they shouldn't have been on the show, not because of like how boring their segments are, but this relationship is leading nowhere to a marriage. So this is about a show when you're a fiance, you're leading up to marriage, not a show about we're kind of boyfriend and girlfriend and we're figuring stuff out. So it kind of annoys me every time I see them on the show, because he's nowhere near to proposing to her, because they're still bringing up this cheating and trying to hash out the feelings that they have with that situation. But anyways, that concludes my recap of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, Season 2, Episode 13. I'm hoping we have maybe 2 more episodes and then we just wrap this ish up. Cause I felt like this whole season overall was pretty boring. But with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just a dumb cunt, fucking sick and tired of it. Maybe I could front love, maybe I could buy a zip, maybe I get fucked up. Next time I could save some. Why it's gotta be like this? Why it's gotta be that way? Put it inside. Feel so rise up, banging on that loud.